Greetings everyone. I'm Percival Kentem Landicho and I will be discussing the system overview and the class diagram of our clinic management system. My discussion will cover the introduction to the system, the case scenario, the purpose and features of the system, and the class diagram, and the relationships between the classes. Our project is a clinic management system, a Java-based console application designed to manage the day-by-day records of a dental clinic. The system was built using object-oriented programming principles, organized across multiple classes and packages to ensure clean and separation of responsibilities. The case scenario is as follows. A dental clinic needs a digital system to manage its dentists, clients, services, and transactions. Currently, the clinic handles all records manually, which makes it difficult to track which dentist handled which client, what services were rendered, and how much was charged. Our system was designed to address this problem by providing a structured, file-based record management solution. Then the purpose of this system is to allow clinic administrators to efficiently manage and store records of dentists and clients, record transactions between clients and dentists, track the services availed during each visit, archive records that are no longer active, and retrieve and display all stored information at any time. The system offers the following features: adding and archiving dentist records, adding and archiving client records, recording transaction that links a client to a dentist and a selected service, viewing all active clients and dentists, viewing all transaction records, and viewing archive records for both dentists and clients. All data is stored and retrieved using text file managed by the file handler class. Now let us look at the UML class diagram. The diagram consists of 9 classes organized into 2 packages. The function package contains the core data classes: client, dentist, transaction, and file handler. The management lib package contains the management class, such as clients, dentists, transactions, and services. The main class in the run package serves as the entry point of the entire system. The first class I will explain is the client class. It has 4 private attributes: ID, name, contact, and address, all of type string. The constructor accepts all 4 values and initializes the object. It overrides the toString method to return the client's data as a comma-separated string, which is then saved to the client's text file. In the real world, this class represents a patient visiting the dental clinic. Next is the dentist class. It contains 6 private attributes: ID, name, address, and contact number as string, commission rate as a double, and services as a list of string representing the dental services the dentist offers. The constructor accepts all 6 values. The class provides getter methods for the ID and name. an offer service method that checks whether a specific service is available, and a toString method that formats the data for file storage. This class represents a dental professional registered in the clinic. The transaction class holds the record of a single clinic transaction. Its attributes includes client ID as a string, dentist IDs and services as list of strings, and total cost as a double. The constructor accepts all four values. The toString method formats the transaction data using commas and semicolon as delimiters for file storage. This class represents the links between a client and dentist and the service rendered. Finally, the file handler class serves as the utility class responsible for all file operation in the system. It provides the following static methods: save to file, which appends a record to a specified text file; read from file, which reads and returns all lines from a file; get next ID, which automatically generates the next unique ID for a client or dentist; update file, which overwrites a file with an updated list of records; and view archive records, which allows the user to view archive dentist or client records. This class is used by nearly every other class in the system, making it the backbone of the data management layer. Let us now discuss the relationships between the classes. Main has a plain association with clients, dentist, transactions, and file handler. It calls their method directly with a one-to-one relationship. Clients has an association with file handler for file operation, and it creates client object with one-to-many relationship. One client manager can create 0 or more client records. Dentist similarly has an association with file handler and creates dentist objects in one-to-many relationships. Transactions has an association with service for service selection, with file handler for saving records, and with transaction in one-to-many relationship. One transaction manager can record 0 or more transactions. Finally, dentist has an aggregation relationship with services. A dentist has a list of services, but those services exist independently and are not destroyed when the dentist is removed. To demonstrate how objects represent real-world entities in the clinic, I will present the code. When a dentist is added to the system, a dentist object is created and saved to the dentist text. When a client visits, a client object is created and stored in client's text. When a service is rendered, a transaction record in the client's ID linking the client's ID, dentist ID, service name, and cost is saved transaction text Each object directly mirrors a real entity or event in the clinic. In summary, the clinic management system is a structured Java application built on object-oriented programming. It manages dentist clients, services, and transactions through nine well-defined classes connected by association and aggregation relationships. The system ensures that all clinic records are properly stored, retrieved, and archived using file-based data management. Thank you.
Dangal greetings. My name is Lord Jason Oinot. I'm here to present to you our midterm project. So I was assigned in the main class to show all the menu driven of our system. So let's go start and run our program. So let's go add dentist. Let's say the name is address, then the contact number, commission rate. So our system has a small database that will record a dentist, the clients, the transactions. So let's go check the file. So our database is saved in a form of text which can be opened for in the or can be opened in a notepad. So let's go click our files. So this is our files, the dentist that we created earlier. So let's go open. Then this is the record for the dentist. So we have the ID, the name, the address, the uh, contact number, then the commission rate, then the services that available. So let's go uh, add a client. So let's press 3, then we're going to add a client. Then let's go for in the contact number, the address. So this is the client that has been successfully recorded. So let's go check the files if it's there. So this is the files again. Let's go open. Then it was recorded. So let's go for the transaction. So let's go record the transaction. We're going to press 5. Then we're going to choose the available client who wants to record. So we only inputted one client, so it's been only showing one. So let's go add the records. For going to input the ID. Then for the available dentist, we only have one. So let's go press the dentist ID 00.1. Then the services we want to. So let's say I want to services of this. Then the transaction successfully recorded. So let's go check if the transaction was recorded. So this is the transaction. Let's go open. Then this is the transaction has been recorded. The client, the dentist, the services, and the cost. So let's go for the uh, archive dentist. We're going to archive the dentist. So let's press 2. So the only dentist available again is only one. So we're going to archive dentist 1. So 001. Then the dentist was successfully archived. So let's go check the files. So this is the archive dentist. And then let's check. It was been successfully recorded. The ID, the name, the address, the contact, the commission rate, then the services that he provided. Let's go for the archive client. Let's go press 4. Then again, we're going to input the client ID. So C0001. Then the client was successfully archived. So let's go check again the files if it was been recorded. So this is the archive client. Then let's go check. This is the ID, the name, the contact, and the address. So let's try to view all the archive records. So we're going to press 9 and we're going to press 1 if it has. Then as you can see, it has the archive clients been recorded. Then let's go press again for the dentist. 9 archive for the dentist. Then this is the archive. This is the archive of the dentist. So let's go view all the transaction. Let's press 6. So this is the transaction record that we made earlier. So let's go view the clients if it has. So earlier we already archived the client. So let's see if it's been if it can be viewed. So no clients been found because we archived it earlier. So let's go for the 8 to view dentist. Then again, no dentist found. So let's go try add dentist again. So add dentist. I'm going to put Salvador. Then the address, contact number, commission rate. Then let's go add client. Let's say contact number, the address. So it's been recorded. So let's go try again to view the clients if it's viewable. Let's go press 7 to view clients. And then as you can see, it has been recorded. Then let's go for press 8 for the view dentist. Then it's been showed. Then we're going to press 10 for exit. Then thank you. That's all.
Now I will present the dentist management module, which is responsible for handling all dentist records in the system. This module allows the user to add dentist, display dentist information, and archive dentist records when needed. So the first feature is adding a dentist. The system collects the important information such as the dentist name, address, contact number, and commission rate. After that, a unique ID is automatically generated using a file handler class. This ensures that each dentist has a unique identifier in the system. Once the dentist information is complete, the system saves it into a text file using the file handler class. This allows the data to be stored permanently. The second feature is displaying dentists. The system reads all stored record and formats them for easy viewing, including the dentist ID, name, contact details, commission rate, and service offered. The third feature is archiving a dentist. If a dentist is no longer active, their record is moved from the main file to an archive file. This helps keep the system organized without deleting important data. This module demonstrates several programming concepts such as a file handling for data storage, list operation for managing records, and basic input validation.
Now I will demonstrate the module. First, I will add a new dentist. And now the new dentist is successfully added. Next, I will display the list of dentists. This displays all stored data of dentists. And finally, I will archive a dentist record and show that it is moved to the archive file. And now let's view the archive records. That's it. That concludes the dentist management module.
Dangal greetings. I will be discussing the dentist class, which serves as the OOP model of our system. We created the dentist class because our system needed a proper way to represent a dentist as an object. So instead of passing around loose strings and number across different parts of the code, we built this class so that all of our dentist information, their ID name, address, contact number, commission rate, and their service, stays together in one place. This is the core idea of OOP, grouping related data and behavior into a single class. We mark all the fields as private because we wanted to protect the data. Other parts of the program shouldn't be able to directly change a dentist's information. Everything has to go through to the class itself. This is what we call encapsulation in OOP. We used a list string for the services field because a dentist can offer more than one service. A plain string can only hold one value. So a list was the right choice since it can store as many services as needed. We only added getters for getID and getName because those are the only two values that other classes in our system actually needed to access. And the rest of the fields stays private since nothing outside the class needs to read them directly. We also included offer service method because our original plan was to use it as a validation check before recording a transaction. To confirm that the selected dentist actually offers the chosen service. While it didn't get fully connected in the final code, the method is there and ready to be used for that purpose. Lastly, uh, we wrote the toString method because our system saves data to text files. And Java cannot write an object directly into a file. So we needed a way to convert a dentist object into a single line of formatted text. We use commas to separate the main fields and semicolons to separate the services. When the file is read back by the system, it knows exactly how to break down and reconstruct each dentist information correctly. So that is the dentist class, is the OOP model of our system.
The user selects option 3 for Add Client from the menu and inputs the required details, including the client's name, contact number, and address. After entering the information, the system displays an error message stating invalid client format, data not saved. However, despite this warning, the system still proceeds to confirm that the client was successfully added. This indicates a logical inconsistency in the program where validation fails but the data is still stored. Additionally, The display output shows incorrect formatting of the stored data. The contact number appears incomplete and the address is not properly displayed, suggesting an issue on how input data is processed and assigned to variables. The user selects number 4 for archive client, after which the system displays the list of current clients. The user then inputs the client ID C001 to be archived. Once the ID is entered, the system confirms that the action by displaying client archives successfully. This indicates that the selected client has been removed from the archive records or marked as an inactive. This feature shows that system supports basic record management by allowing users to organize and maintain client data efficiently. The user selects 7 for view clients. The system displays a table containing the list of registered clients with the following fields: ID, name, address, and contact. Although the client record is successfully retrieved, there is a noticeable error in the data arrangement. The address and contact fields are interchanged and or incorrectly assigned. This confirms that there is a problem in the data handling and or printing logic of the program. Despite this issue, the feature could demonstrate that the system can store and retrieve client information from its records.
I will be discussing the client class. We created the client class to represent a client as an object in our system. It holds 4 pieces of information: the ID, name, and contact number, and also the address. We mark all the fields as private to protect the data from being directly accessed by other parts of the program, which follows the OOP principle of encapsulation. We wrote a constructor so that every time a new client is added, all 4 values are passed in and stored together in one object. Think of it like filling out a registration form for a new client. We also wrote the toString method to convert the client object into a single comma separated line of text for saving to a file. Since Java cannot write an object directly into a file, each client's detail gets saved as one clean line that the system can later read back and reconstruct. One thing worth noting is that the client class has no getters, unlike the dentist class. This means other parts of the code cannot read a client's individual fields directly, which is something that could be improved in future versions of our system. I will also discuss the services class. We created the services class to handle everything related to clinics' available services. Its main job is to display the list of services and allow the user to select one during a transaction. We used a map string double called service prices to store the services and their corresponding prices. We chose a map because it naturally pairs 2 values together, in this case, the service name and its price. It is also marked as private static final. Because the list of services and their prices are fixed and should not be changed anywhere else in the program, we wrote the display services method to print out all available services with their prices whenever the user needs to see them. It simply loops through the map and prints each service name and price in a clean format. We also put select service method, which first calls display services so the user can see the options, then ask the user to type in a service name. If the service entered is not the map, it tells the user the input is invalid and returns null. If the service is valid, it returns the service name and price combined as one string, which is then used by the transaction recorded part of our system. One thing worth mentioning is that the services and prices are hard coded directly in this class. This means if the clinic ever needs to add or change service, someone would have to manually edit the code itself, which is a limitation of our current implementation.
Greetings everyone, I'm Briones Nathan and I'll discuss the transactions class in our clinic management system. The transaction class is responsible for handling treatment transactions. This class integrates multiple entities, clients, dentists, and services into a single record, ensuring that every treatment performed is properly documented and stored. The class provides two main features, which is recording a treatment transaction, viewing transactions record. Let me explain each in detail. Number one is recording a transaction. When we call the record transaction method, the program first displays the list of available clients and dentists. The user selects a client ID and a dentist ID. Next, the system calls the services that selects service method, which allows the user to choose a treatment from the predefined list of services, each with its corresponding price. Once the selections are made, the program validates the service details and construct a transaction record in the format, which is client ID, dentist ID, service name, and service cost. This record is then saved into a transaction text using the file handler that save to file method. Finally, the system confirms that the transaction has been recorded successfully. And number two, viewing transactions. The second method, view transactions, retrieves all records from transaction text. If no transaction exists, it informs the user. Otherwise, it displays the record in a tabular format with columns for client ID, dentist ID, service, and cost. This ensures that administrators can easily monitor and review all clinic activities. What makes transactions class important is that is demonstrate multiple entity interaction. It connects three different modules, client, clients, dentists, and services into one unified transaction record. This reflects real-world clinic operations where a treatment always involves patient, a dentist, and the service. Additional design emphasizes data integrity by validating inputs and ensuring that only valid service are recorded. For the transaction class is the backbone of the clinic's financial and operational tracking. It not only record treatments but also provides a clear report of all transactions. This module showcase how different entities in the system work together to create a reliable and transparent record keeping process. That's for the transaction class. Thank you.
Good day everyone, I'm Jan Kenneth Arevalo and I'm explaining the file handler. This is responsible for handling files operating such as save data, reading data, updating files, and manage archive record. First, we import the necessary library like a Java IO for files handling and Java util for list. The next one is we declare a class name file handler. Inside this class, we create a buffer reader called input. This is used to get user input from the keyboard. Now, let's move to function. The first function is save to file. This function is used to save or write data in a file. It takes two parameters, the file name and the data. It's used the buffer writer, and writer to open data into the file, meaning exist data and dinadagdagan po siya. And the second one is the function of read from files. This function read all the content of a file and store them into a list. If the file does not exist, it will be automatically create a new file. Then it read each line and adds into the next list. The next is get next ID. The function is used to generate a unique ID, and it read all lines from a file, then check the highest exist ID number. And after that, it increment the number, and format is like this. Prefix dash the four-digit number, for example, is CL001. The next one is update file. This function overwrite the entire file. It replaces all the old data with a update list of data. The next one is view archive record. This function allows the user to view archive data. It has to choose between archive to dentist or achieve a client, then it's read the selected files and display all the records. If there are no records, it will be show a message saying no archive record found. The next one is, and the last one is view archive record. The function used for the function, and all over is the file handler class helps manage file operation efficiently in including the saving, reading, updating, and view archive data. And that's all. Thank you.